Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about my top favorite drugstore makeup purchases so far this year. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. So I feel like the drugstore has been doing something special lately. Over the years, the drugstore has really definitely been improving their products. Their price point has been creeping up there to reflect it. But there have been some absolute hits at the drugstore that we need to talk about. From e.l.f., I have been loving their Sun Touchable Woe Glow 30 Broad Spectrum SPF Sun Protection and Makeup Primer. This makes your skin so glowy. If you don't like to glow, you will not like this. This is an incredible, incredible product. I love that it's got SPF, but it also just makes the skin look so glowy and almost glassy. And if you have dry skin, I think you would be a huge fan of this. I love that it's SPF, but I just love what it does for my skin. I love the effect it has underneath. I wouldn't recommend pairing it with something like the Say Beauty foundation, the new super glowy one. I wouldn't recommend that. But otherwise, this is an amazing, amazing product. I've been really loving this. In the foundation category, this is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. This one now has a pump and I love this. This is a really great everyday foundation. This is more of a light to medium coverage. It blends out incredibly easily. It looks so pretty on the skin. I think a lot of different skin types would enjoy this, not just dry skin, though it does look amazing on dry skin. It doesn't cling to dry patches. It's super long wearing. I just love the effect it has on the skin, and it's got like a soft radiance to it. I would not say it's very glowy, but it's got like a soft radiance and it is so comfortable. It does not feel like you're wearing a full face of makeup. So I would highly recommend this. I've really been loving this foundation. This next product I avoided purchasing for the longest time, but I finally hopped on the train. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster. So first of all, the shade Fair was not available for the longest time. I am a big fan of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter as well, but I am getting very low on that one, so I thought I would grab this one. The thing that kept me from purchasing this one for the longest time is hearing that noise when a lot of people would be talking about this product and they would put it back in and it would make that noise. It's just one of those noises for me, but if I'm careful, I can get away with that. So I decided that is not a very good reason to skip on a product, especially if it's amazing like everybody says it is, and it indeed is amazing. It is a very glowy product, so another one I don't recommend pairing with the new Stay foundation, but this does give a little bit more coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury, and I would also say it is a bit more glowy. I'm glad I finally just went for it regardless, because I think I would really regret it if I didn't. This really is a nice product. Okay, very recently I tried out from Essence the highlighter. Some of these products you're actually going to see in my speed reviews at the end of the month because they're very recent, because they are that recent. But this is actually the highlight I have on today, and I love this one. So this is the highlighter, and this is the Luminous Glow in the shade Mesmerizing. So this is the lightest one. This one feels so soft to the touch. It can be quite beaming if you build it up, but I think this is one that it's not identical by any means, but the highlight in Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronze and Glow, that highlight that I love so much, this kind of reminds me of that. This one is definitely a bit more glowy, but it kind of reminds me of that, and for that reason, I think that's why I really like this. This is a really nice highlighter. It is softer than some of the others that I've been loving lately, but I think it's nice to have a lighter option as well. So I've really been loving this, and this was $4. This is a really great highlighter, and it is $4. So good. A cream bronzer that I've been absolutely loving from the drugstore, and probably the first that I've ever loved from the drugstore, is from Makeup Revolution, and this is their Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. I feel like I'm not the only one who's been loving on this one. This one, I will say the shade is a little warmer than I like, but the product itself is so good. I would compare this honestly to the Say Cream Bronzer that I really love. It's thinner in consistency. It's very creamy. So this is the shade here. So you can see it is very, very pigmented. It blends out incredibly easily though. It's very, very creamy. It does remind me quite a bit of the Say cream bronzer that I really enjoy. I would say this one is a little bit thicker than that one, but it still blends out incredibly easily. It lasts all day. It looks so pretty on the skin, and it's a fraction of the cost of the others. So if you're looking to dip your toes into cream bronzers but you're not sure if you're gonna like it, I would highly recommend this one. It's maybe around $10. I could be very wrong about that, but it's at the drugstore. This is a great way to test out cream bronzer. I would highly recommend this to anybody who is new to cream bronzers or who is new to makeup in general. I think this is fabulous. Next, we have a product that actually surprised me so much. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Hybrid Powder Foundation. I love this product. I don't know if you can tell on camera how much I've used of this, but I love this. I have the shade 102. And this is an incredible powder. So for me, my skin doesn't like when I try to use powder all over as a foundation. It never does, but that's not actually how I use this. I use this for many different things. I will use this if my foundation needs a little bit more coverage. I will add this over those spots and it will just give me that coverage that I need without making my makeup look heavy or cakey. This never clings to dry patches. This is a really, really good one. I will also use this to set my makeup some days, or if I make a mistake, say with my eyeshadow or something like that, I can use this to cover it up because it does give coverage. So this is an incredible product. I love this one. This one is one that actually all of these products are products that once I use them up, I would immediately go repurchase because they're just that good. So this is an incredible, incredible full coverage powder. This, in my opinion, I like so much more than the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation that came out last year or the year before. This is amazing. Now we're into eyes. So I wanted to mention two single shadows, and these, I didn't know if I should include them or not, but these are from the Ulta Beauty brand. And I wanted to mention the Bouncy eyeshadows. And this one is in the shade Champagne Sorbet. This is just such a pretty one. I love the texture of these. It really is like a bouncy shadow. It feels a lot like a ColourPop Super Shock, and it applies very similarly. But this is so pretty. This shade in particular is gorgeous for every day. I just love the way the light catches this. It's incredibly smooth. It's not too sparkly, but it just adds such a special look to the lids. And they have, I believe they have quite a few different shades of these. And then if you do not mind a bit of texture, the Ulta Beauty Lustrous Foil eyeshadows, these are stunning. So I have the shade Silver Leaf. They have a couple of other shades and I do plan on picking them up whenever I'm at an Ulta next. But look at this shade. Is that amazing? That is an unreal shine. I love these. I think Ulta did something so special with these shadows. They're so sparkly, they're so reflective. They're one and done shadows, honestly, and they're only a few bucks each. So I would highly recommend either one of these formulas if you want something more subtle. The bouncy shadows, if you're looking for high impact, these foil ones, oh my goodness, they're so good. A neutral, everyday wearable eyeshadow palette from the drugstore that's going to be such an essential. I highly recommend the Milani Gilded Mini Eyeshadow Palette in Whiskey Business. So this one, again, is your perfect all matte palette. I've talked about this one a lot, so I'm going to try to move this one through quickly. Again, I've mentioned before, this one is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Super Nudes. I no longer want that one anymore because I have this, and the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes I no longer want because I have this. So this saved me a lot of money. The tones in here are so good. They are the perfect browns to go with anything. I love these so, so much. They're so blendable, so soft, so easy to work with, very pigmented, so you don't actually have to work too hard to get these built up. I absolutely love this palette. This has been one of my all-time favorite drugstore eyeshadow palettes. And that is it. Those are my top drugstore purchases of the year so far. I just really felt like drugstore makeup really needed to have a moment because they have been absolutely killing it. And I know with the Sephora sale ongoing, there's been so much focus on high-end makeup, but the drugstore is really doing some great things right now. But that is it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!